What's up, Hexaco? Where are my Hexacans? Yeah, it's a great song. Shout out to is that Corey Investor? Shout out to Corey Investor. Great music at the Hex conference, by the way, by Maddie and everything as well. But every time I hear that song, I'm a Hexacan. Are you a Hexacan or a Hexacant? I always like to pose that question as well. I'm a Hexacan. Welcome to the show. Been a few days or a week and a half or something like that. Got a good solid under half hour for you. Although I got a couple streams this week. I got one with Neil for T-shirts coming up on Tuesday, a little bit later one, Tuesday evening Eastern time, and then on the 31st, if everything goes well, I booked it. Hopefully everything goes as planned. I'll be coming live. I won't be coming live. Sorry, let me say that. I'll be streaming and getting a live reaction from New York from people who are actually at the courthouse from the Richards hearing on 31st. That'll be, so I think the hearing is around 1 or 2 in the afternoon Eastern. So it'll be probably around 6 o'clock or so by the time everything's over, stuff like that. It's a little bit tentative, but I'm going to be streaming around that time where I talk to SJ, looked in Nuclear Herbs as well. You know, whoever's there, whoever we can get the stream with, hopefully we can get a room or something and get a reaction and get you the latest update from there. How many people are showing up? I'll get to chat in just a minute, but I'll get to this question posed very relevantly in the conversation. How many people are showing up? I think they get 200 or something like that. I'll pull on Twitter here in a second and we'll go through the numbers. But yeah, I think it was a significant number of Hexacans from all over the world, as far as I know. So let's check it out. Let's check it out real quick, and then I'll get to chat in just a minute. Appreciate you all hanging out. We're live. Max is live. Let's see. A lot of stuff to go over, but let me scroll down. I think 200 people. So I think it's like, 190, 200, somewhere through there. Are you one of over 200 RSVP who will attend the hearing, Richard versus SEC Gov in New York on 10/31? Happy Halloween. Hope it's a very happy Halloween to all the hexagons out there. Look at those hexagons. Looks hexagons-ish in there. Is this his legal team? Is this the legal team? Did we go from 11 to 12 lawyers to 111 or 369, if you will? Pretty awesome. Again, if you're planning on going, or if you don't know anything about it but would like to go, there is also a PulseChain Tour meetup, I think the day after. So the hearing is on 31st. I believe the next day. I thought is the next day. Let me go to events real quick. Upcoming events, 31st. So 31st, I think. Yeah, so the first. NYC Protecting Crypto Rights seminar. So I'll drop this in the chat. PulseChain Tour team will be in New York. Looks like around 200 strong. If everyone shows up, that'd be great. And I wish I could be there, really. But I'm going to try to make the Vegas one in a few months here. I know it's quite a while away, but the 369, March 6th through 9th. I love the dates when these things go. That says 8th. Was it not? Okay, yeah, the 9th is a Pulse Masters golf tournament. Sweet. So do check that out. Fighting for freedom, fighting for DeFi, fighting for bags, all that good stuff. Pretty cool indeed. So let me go to the top. Appreciate that, Orion, as well. Go to the top first. Conspiracy Crypto. Welcome. Crypto Toad 83. Good to see you, man. Good to see you looking strong. Always looking strong in that JPEG. Looking good. Always like working. I need to get more back. I need to do fasting more. Need to get back on that. It's been busy lately. And fasting. I'm getting my diet back. I'm going pretty hard. I'm going to ease back into keto and calorie control, and I'm going to get it back. Just everything feels better. Everything feels better when you're lighter. You know, your body's processing better food. All that good stuff. Anyone wants a recommendation on not noodle advice, but I came across a noodle brand which is the closest thing possible to keto noodles, or to tasting like real noodles. It's really good. It's making some stuff with it recently too. So pretty cool. Ruben Perez, number 3. Appreciate that. Usually Squirrel is number 1 or number 5, but I hope to see him back in the chat as well. Crypto Kid, RH the base. So many different ways to interpret that. RH tickers, the base tickers. RH the base of Hexco, the people, the community, all the fun stuff. Going almost 5 years, man. We're coming up on 5-year anniversary of Hex soon. Isn't that? It seems like it really doesn't seem that old. Like, I don't call it old crypto, but mature. Like, we got charts of future market supply. I remember Richard saying that so many times. It's pretty cool. So 5th anniversary coming up December 2nd this year. That'd be 5 years. Pretty cool. Some trivia for you too. RHMax, let's go. Let's go. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Ruben Press, I just learned how to yield farm today. Do you still think it's a good idea to provide liquidity? I mean, again, I don't advise one way or another. I got a ton of yield farming content, though. I will say, just go to GoRealDeFi.com, one of my favorite websites. And if you click on farming, navigation farming, that'll take you over to the playlist. I did hours and hours of content. You know, even some of the how-to videos, the onboarding videos. There's one on how to yield farm on PulseX. And, you know, again, the prices that go up and down, maybe the APRs get adjusted from time to time, all that stuff too. Coffee's got some great content on it. Somi has some stuff as well. And yeah, I did liquidity providing AMAs. I mean, there's, again, I said this, it's basically one of my, I almost said ringtones, one of my ringtones. One of my greatest hits is there's no shortage of knowledge. You have so much content as far as just going back and I mean, what doesn't change, right? Not all this stuff changes. Maybe the farms change well, I mean, they haven't changed for a while either. But the fundamental concepts, and I mean, maybe in this question too, you're thinking, oh, what if, you know, impermanent loss, has that changed with the prices going up and down? I've got videos on all that stuff. You know, I don't want to do like a technical deep dive in this. Sloth has a whole series over here. I added to the list as well. He's got a lot of great content. Even on V3, we got V2. So click on farming. Got content there. I mean, who isn't bullish on ink? I don't know. You know, I think a lot of people in the beginning were skeptical, weren't sure. But even Richard, you know, the tweet he's alluded to that, you know, you could, people may be thinking of it as leverage on PulseX ecosystem. I mean, if you go to, I mean, if you just look at the chart, I'm pretty sure it just goes, from what I've seen, if I remember, it just goes up and down with PulseX a lot from what I've seen recently, I think. Let's just take a look. So this is Pulse. Let's look like this. And I need to like reset. I need to like clear the cookies and like reset because it does the, let's just go to deck screen real quick. I don't know. I don't feel like resetting at all. So if we go to PulseX, oops. If you hit enter, does it just go to the first result? Didn't even mean to do that. $48 million liquidity, look at that. So yeah, let's see, let's just go on the daily. And then we'll do the same. Do it with ink and Pulse. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, what does that look like? It looks like pretty similar. So if I remember, yeah, I watched it from time to time. It looks like, from what I remember before, it follows PulseX a lot. And again, there's all these different tokenomics. It's different. Again, I'm not financial advisor. I'm not saying it's going to do the same thing in the future as well. But thing did hit like $80 one time when PulseChain launched. And then it went up to, where did it go? Well, we hit $10. It's like it did wake up to, yeah, I think it did wake up to around $10. Look at this, January, beginning of January, 50 cents. I remember seeing it at 50 cents. I was like, man, that just seems, we'll see. Again, that was a year removed. Not a year, 6 months. 6 months removed. 7 months removed from $70, $80. So yeah, $10, grinded down about $1.45. We had this pump pretty recently as well. So you hit over $3 and then back down just over $2 right now. But anyways, for the farming. That's the reward, you get for farming and on PulseX, and you get different APRs with different pairs and different permanent loss risks with stable coins versus pairs versus ETH versus some of the just Pulse and PulseX and Hex and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people are skeptical of Ink at the beginning. A lot of people loved it, especially when the APRs were just, the price was like 30, 40, 50 bucks. I'm looking around like, is everyone else seeing what I'm seeing? Like, a lot of ink from farming these days. And then once the price went, way down, I was like, oh, okay, it's not as attractive, of course, but you're earning ink. Do you like ink? Are you bullish on ink? Those are the questions you ask. Do you, what kind of pairs? Are you going to risk it with the stable coins? What if the price goes up? And then all this stuff. I have videos, all kinds of content on a permanent loss, understanding it, literally just tuck in. There's probably a lot on this thing too, but I never can spell this word. It's going to get close enough. So yeah, search RHMax and permanent loss, and you'll see a ton of videos talking about that as well. Yeah, this is one I did a few months ago. This is a clip from a stream I did. Yeah, you're no nonsense guy to best young crypto. So that covered a ton of it too. That was kind of like a deep dive. So if you want that, check that out. But yeah, it's apparently plenty of people think it's a good idea because there is, let's see how much liquidity. That's the bridge. We've got the protocols. What is, check how many millions of dollars are over there. So yeah, around 48 million here, 32 million, 13 million. I mean, seems like plenty of people are providing liquidity and farming and doing all kinds of stuff on the DEX. So somebody likes ink. I'll say that. Ooh, they've added. I didn't realize they added the weight here. That's interesting. This is a new field. I've seen earned weight. Huh. That is interesting. To just go by, they're just showing. It looks like it's correlated with the APR, then just the weight of how much. So if you go to this and go to details, you can see 60% APR. Oh, this changed because it used to say the multipliers. It used to say like 100x multiplier or something like that. Interesting. Did they do some, maybe on the recent upgrades, something changed where they were talking about it? Yeah, right here it used to say how much multiplier, how much other stats and stuff, but now it just says APR. That's interesting. I did not catch that in the latest, what version? Yeah, version 1.10. Been a few upgrades on there. So pretty cool stuff there. Can you go over the burn function? Talk about the buy and burn with PulseX, which doesn't have really, it should usually say stats and stuff here, maybe still loading, but yeah, I mean, buy and burn, I think somebody's covered buy and burn a lot too. It's buy and burn. What are we up to, like 5% buy and burn of the entire supply? Yeah, there's some, how the buy and burn works 9 months ago. Okay, yeah, so I got a lot of stuff with Top Gun Hexadian too on PulseX. A lot talks about some of the different mechanics and things like that. But I think we're up to 5%. Where do I see? I never can find it on here for some reason. Like if I get a PulseX, why doesn't it tell me where the burn is? I could have swore like it tells me all the buy and burns that are happening, which is, I think, just largely automated at this point. It used to be like a button, there's a button there. I guess Connect Wallet will say like burn or something. But I think a lot of it's just, I think it's just automated these days. But yeah, why doesn't it show the, but it's not in the right section. This is cool, by the way. Any coin you want to see in the Pulse ecosystem, I don't think a lot of people know about this on GoPulse. You can see the league. You can see a ton of different stats. Like, for example, let's just do like GIF. This is like when I first started digging into it. I was like, oh, I didn't know it actually showed all this stuff. So if you click on holders for any, this could be any token on PulseChain. Click on holders. You can see, first of all, if there's a, a burn account or anything, you can see how much has been burned from there and who's holding the most. Then you can see the wells and different supplies. And then on the supply, you can see what it takes to be a Poseidon, whale, shark, all the way down the shell for the different tokens, which is super handy. So those two, the holders and the supply, super useful information. And you can look at volume, liquidity. You can see who's providing liquidity and all that stuff too. So pretty cool. Like you can use this for all the, this is like a really, like it's got the basics done really, really well for the PulseChain ecosystem with coins, not just the core coins, but like for all the different coins. You just type in like whatever you want on here. So that's pretty cool. Literally, yeah, anyone, I'm gonna look at the chat. Over 5%, yeah. I can go to, I know Semi covered it all the time too. And a few other people have been talking about it, but it was 4% for a while and now we hit 5%. So it's pretty cool. To be exact, on go. That's why do I never, I feel like I've tried to look this up like 10 times or a few times. I don't know why. I thought it used to say it like here, but anyways, what's I going to go to? Yeah, I was going to look at total active wallets. I'll get to chat in just a minute. Total active wallets. Did we cross? Oh yeah, we did cross 1 million. I remember we crossed 1 million. Wow, we crossed 1 million a while ago. Was that in June? Wow. Yeah. Or May. Yeah, that's right. In May. Crossed 1 million in May. Adding about 1,000 new ones every day, 500 to 1,000 looks like. Up to 1.117 mil. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Gotta get daily active wallets. That's a really important metric though. We're hovering, going sideways, 15 to 20, some spikes here and there. We grounded down to barely and under 10K and then shot up a little bit, but I want to see that at 30, 40, 50K. Hopefully we'll see some momentum. We'll see, 4-year cycle. We'll see what happens. Election coming up. I've covered, all of the events coming up that could be interesting. See what ETH does, all that stuff too. But yeah, we get pump these numbers up. That'd be great. All right, let me get to chat. Yeah, good question. I appreciate that, man. Good to see you. Good to be streaming. Again, I've streamed less than I have before, but I've got a few coming up, and so no expectations, no expectations. But yeah, we've got some. Again, hopefully we'll have some interesting stuff to talk about coming up. So I don't want to just stream and be like, okay, let's just go over the numbers. Yeah, I think hopefully there'll be some interesting stuff coming up. Definitely 20 new world order, ink to $15, 2025. Ink to $150 would be pretty sweet too. I like that. I think if we lost the 10,000x narrative, I don't see anyone talking about 10,000x anymore. I barely see 1,000x. Most people, I hear like 10x, 20x. I'm good. 30, 40, 50. I never see 100x hardly anymore either. For the core coins, maybe people throw it out for some community coins and stuff, but yeah. Permanent loss with RH tickers is my situation. We've covered, I think the RH used to say all the time, like, if you like both coins, doesn't matter which one you have more of. Talking about some like core coins and stuff too. So nobody will ever see the rates we saw as pioneers PulseChain. I certainly hope so. I hope that, and that's the thing too. It's easy to get into other stuff, like whatever, like outside of PulseChain, all that stuff. Again, I'm not people like buy, sell, whatever they want, but for me, it's like, I think my headphones died. Uh-oh. Rugged headphones died. Sorry. How do they die so quickly? One died. Chat, tell me if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe just one died. Weird. Yeah, I think like one of my AirPods died. All right, I hear you. What's that fast? I don't can see, man. Yeah, so a lot of people getting into stuff outside of PulseChain. Or I mean, totally. I I I like, one of my goals have been since the beginning. One of my primary goals has been to support PulseChain, help it grow, um, and cover things mostly. I think pretty much almost. I mean, other than Bitcoin Ethereum, of course, because they're just like, they're not. I'm not taking. I'm not getting. I don't think getting people into Ethereum and Bitcoin specifically, or talking about those is going to take away from PulseChain as much as it's going to be like have this overlap with so many things they have in common and all that. Anyways, I hope that. So let me get to the comment. Sorry, it speaks to this too. Do. One sec. Yeah. So people are bull with PulseChain. We get it. I hope that we blow any expectations that people have out of the water now, especially since 10,000x doesn't sound like a huge narrative that people are like shouting from the rooftops as much anymore. And I hope that it's like it just brings everyone back. Like, oh yeah, I forgot how this is the ecosystem of fundamentals, right? Again, who knows if any of that will ever happen? But I certainly think that we have we have everything we need to do amazing things. So I'm excited about it, and I hope that the prophecy will be fulfilled. That the glory will be glorious, and it brings everyone left, whereas playing with other stuff or whatever. I hope we can make Hex and PulseChain and all the stuff, all the ecosystem, super exciting for a huge bull run, and everyone gets super rich and happy. How about that? That'd be nice, right? Speaking of that, yeah, what do you think about Pulsar? That is one that it is, I mean, technically on Ethereum, and it's tied into Titan and all that stuff too. However, interesting, I think for PulseChain, I've had we talked about GIF, talked to GIF and stuff about it before as well, and of course GIF ecosystem and all that. But I think the liquidity and the onboarding from that is really interesting for PulseChain. So I hope that they are, because I've listened to some content and streams and all that stuff too. I think the case for the connection to PulseChain, bringing liquidity over and the pools, and just getting people who had no idea about PulseChain from Ethereum, getting them interested, playing with the network, the onboarding possibilities and the liquidity, adding liquidity, and again, just like trading tokens for a cheaper price because there's liquidity on a cheaper chain in Ethereum. I think there's some interesting pieces of that, and the tech and stuff, of course, is always fascinating too, with being able to like do all the like bridging type stuff too. So I hope it's able to do a lot of good for PulseChain. I think it's super interesting for that. So again, that's like one of the stuff that's like, okay, it's connecting the different ecosystem. It's like has the connection, but maybe it's not primarily on PulseChain, but it has this very interesting relationship with that I hope can help our ecosystem. Let's see. I gotta wrap up here in a second, but y'all are great. Good to see Chad again. It's been a fun one. I didn't cover too much stuff. I could cover a couple things. Google's homepage for Burn Cat. Know what it page show was. Homepage. Oh, is that what it is? I think you're right. I mean, obviously you're right, but let's see. It shows it. It shows it here. Okay, man. I don't know why. I mean, I kind of wish it would show it here too. I mean, GoPulse is amazing, but I don't know, for some reason I expect when I go to PulseX, I expect to see it like here or somewhere on the page. But yeah, you're right. It is in the obvious place, which is the burned amount, which also shows burned for ink. So who's burning ink? Interesting question. Well, remember if I've looked into that before, but you can see again with the portfolio thing, or with the leagues. So if you type in ink, let's see. So probably what it showed. It's not going to show it right now. Oh, yeah, it does. The burn, so the burn amount is number 21 of holders is burner. So who's burning ink? Let me know in the chat. Who's burning ink? That is interesting. All right. Sorry, I can't get to all the questions. Battery maybe tank. Yeah, it's literally been like, I think I've been using these for a year, 18 months or so. Probably as internal battery, probably not doing, because I know it's definitely been fully charged, unless leave it on charge too long. I don't know. Did my first hex stake 6 month on year one. Cool, man. Awesome. Welcome to Hexco. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the staker class. There you go. That's awesome, man. And I mean, you've probably been around for a while as far as Hexco, but welcome to the staker class. I hope the stakers get so rewarded. I hope so. Trustless yield. And if hex price go up, then the yield looks juicier, right? All that stuff. All right, I want to cover. Yeah, sorry, I can't get to all your things. Can't tell you all the secrets today, Fast Abdul. But I think I wanted to check in real quick. What else is going on real quick? I apologize. Cannot get all the questions, but I want to get to a couple things before I wrap up. The giveaway. Yeah. So this is cool. Also from SJ. If you would like to create hex or PulseChain content and need equipment, call for action here. If I'm going to drop this in the chat, any new content creators, if you want to be streaming, if you want to be doing stuff, maybe she's got connections or can help you with equipment or otherwise stuff, so we can keep building up our amazing community. Which shout out to PulseChain.community. So probably the last thing I'll cover here real quick. Gerardo is awesome at making all these beautiful apps and stuff, or aggregation and all that. And yeah, it's got 130 plus apps, creators. Got everyone listed here. I'm on here somewhere. Yep, there we go. And so that's pretty cool. Oh, it actually goes to a website and X. That's awesome, man. Like, it's not just only clicks was one thing. You can do X and the website. So pretty cool. So check that out. All the different apps. I think Go Real DeFi is on here somewhere as well. What would it be under? What do you have under? Did I pass it? Yeah, under info aggregators. There you go. Go Real DeFi. Also Hex. Is this Hex info? Where's the? Yeah, PulseX info. Also an aggregated. Okay. I thought that was the one that I had, but it looks like a Hex Toys thing. Okay. Never mind. I was talking about. Is that Hex Pulse info? Is it? Has it been to me or Pulse Hex info? Yeah. Also, links from Go Real DeFi to an aggregation of a lot of different websites and stuff too. A lot of different like Hex white paper ish stuff and Hex search to look for quotes and stuff and all that too. So, anyways, are we there yet? Well, I haven't seen Hex at $1, so if that's the destination we're looking for, not quite yet. However, Hex has been pumping. You guys like pumping? Pumping. Went down a little bit, but it was pumping before. Boom. Look at that. Pew, pew, pew. Where's it go from here? Couldn't tell you. Anyways, that is all I got for you. Appreciate it. Crypto Bender can't wait to be rich. AF and calling RHMax. Awesome. Go DeFi is very catch base. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. I know a lot of people use it. I like using it, and hope to keep it around for a while, and hopefully it helps the community and onboarding and all that fun stuff. Appreciate that. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Appreciate you all. Patrice, question asking better, everyone in the chat. until next time. So I think, yeah, Tuesday I should be able to stream, and then all right, that's all I got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.